Hello, my name is Sackett, and we are playing Godslapper's Paradise. And first thing I want to do today, we had kind of a power log jam back here when we were processing all that metal. So I want to upgrade our scene. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade this cable. To do that, we're gonna upgrade it to the blazing tier. So we're gonna need more of these blazing crystals, and I thought it would be just as simple to put 5 hardened rods down. They don't really have juice yet, but they'll get there. We're gonna need a bunch of these crystals. Now with the cables, you do not have to have the previous tier. You can just make whatever cable you like. So we're gonna make the blazing cables, and these are gonna transfer a lot more energy than these basic cables. Now we're gonna upgrade to a blazing energy cell first of all, and this will hold 10 million instead of 4 million, which will be a big improvement. Now I want to upgrade the magmators beyond the blazing tier to the next tier, the diamond tier, more or less. But we're gonna go ahead and also upgrade these energy rods to the blazing tier so that everything will go a little faster. A lot faster, I should say. That's basic. Blazing. Oh, we need all these crystals. Okay, well this is interesting. Like, we could pick this up, right, out of the chest and get the netherite chunk scraps, but if we break the chest, we get ancient debris. So I'm starting to think that maybe that now that we have the compatibility, that the chunks aren't necessarily what we want. We'll have to think about that. Now you make niotic crystals just like you make everything else, except they cost significantly more power. That's why we upgraded to the blazing rods here. Okay, well, to deal with that possible clutter issue, we got rid of the chunks. We're on regular ore, and all looks like it's gonna work just fine. Now this should be a fine upgrade. Yeah, okay, this will do 900 FE a tick. That did 400. So that should set us up for a minute. So we're definitely getting all the ores, modded resources where appropriate. So that's good. I think all that's going to be fine without the chunks. I'll kind of miss the chunks. So the next thing I want to do, I want to start thinking about getting into bees, and I think we're going to do it right here. So I'm going to get rid of this hill. Alright, that'll do. Now we have some bees from productive bees already, but we don't have any vanilla bees or any vanilla bee resources. So we're gonna have to start bee collection the hard way. Okay, we got a couple normal beehives. All we need is 2. One in there. We do have the bee info mod this time around. No, this one's going on a journey. There's another hive over there, so we'll get 2 one way or another. Now, bees are derpy. We can't just let them run loose. We are going to need a couple of things. First of which is a bunch of glass. And we're going to be making the glass in the, what do you call it, in the smeltery. Because that'll give us a special clear glass. So to help us out with that, because I don't want to sit there clicking, we're going to make ourselves a redstone clock from Cyclic. We're gonna have our basic bees in the back room here. Okay, this is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. That's fine. Nah, it's not fine. We're gonna change this. So we got our smeltery here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a chest down. And we're gonna put a hopper going right into the chest. That'll be fine. And we're gonna fill this thing up with sand. Now we'll get a hopper or something out here for this part too. But what we're gonna do, we wanna send a redstone signal to the faucet here. Can we do it from here? I kinda think we can't. But I'll bet we could do it from here. Let's see, always on. Let's see how it does. Yep, very, very good. I don't know that I've even seen the 1.16 clear glass. I feel like it might not have been a thing in 1.16 for a while. But, let's see how it does. It looks pretty good. Yeah, that's gonna be just fine for out here. Okay, just a little box for now, right? And, whoops, that's a little too close. Let's get you nice and smoked. That's what we're looking for. And these are smoked, so we can go ahead and get ourselves some of these honeycombs, which are going to be very important to us. I mean, you know, duh, it's like bees. Of course honeycombs are important. They're very important to us, yeah. Yeah, real game knowledge being shared there. Now that we got some honey, one of the first things we're going to want to do is, we'll go like so. We're going to want to teach this thing how to make an advanced beehive. And that, as you might expect from the crafting recipe, we'll be able to harvest it. That's a soul campfire. I want a normal campfire. That'll allow us to just harvest the resources in a GUI. They're fantastic. Let's set this thing to oak. Right? There we go. Okay, we don't actually have enough honeycomb for that yet, so we're gonna get some of these bees from the mod that occur naturally into the mix. We got a yellow carpenter bee, we got a bunch of empties, we got a slimy bee, we have a chocolate mining bee in a reed nest. We'd have to get a little water for that. Let's see. We've also got mason bees, blue banded. We have a reed bee, just a reed bee. Let's check out mason bees. Okay, so we could make these if we had body blue. But we can find them nesting in reeds, and we can also, looks like they might like stone nests. So I think stone nests are the way we're gonna go. Now we will need an iron sword. We don't have any, so we'll have to make one. I forget if it's one sword per nest. We'll find out. There we go. We'll go ahead and make a stone nest. Yep, one sword per nest. Now most of these naturally occurring bees don't have resources, so you don't have to worry about really setting anything up for them. There's a little more honey. And by anything, I mean like campfires or any way to collect the resources, because there aren't any. The resources will come soon. Alright, for this thing to really function, it's going to need a supply of glass bottles. There we go. Now hopefully they'll come out of there. Now by default, these... Oh, we've already got a slimy bee in here. Okay. Okay. By default, these will only hold 5 bees. We can expand on that with at least one oak expansion box. I think it's just one. Let me just pop it on top, and then you've got 2 more bee slots. So we better go ahead and make one of those. There we are. Let's get it out. There we go. Nice little multi-block. Now we've got these 4 slots we can put upgrades in, and also there's a GUI. And we got slimy combs, what do you know? Now the advanced beehive, we can automate that. So we're just going to run a pipe right up to it, and we're going to set it to extract. Let's get out of here. And for the time being, we're going to hook up auto processing and everything else here, but for the time being, we're just going to hook it up to a chest. Now, I don't know much about this reed nest. Can I just put it down? No. No, I can't. Okay, so it places like a reed. We're just going to catch it. Now, I'm sure they'll go, like, based on the fact that, you know, we come into the chocolate bee. Dirt, gravel, and sand. Is reed on that list? No. So we could probably make just about any kind of nest for these guys. I am going to program iron sword in if we're going to be using a whole sword for each nest. Now the other advantage to making the nests is you'll be able to use a honey treat on them to get more of the bees. Keep that in mind. Now we have one bumblebee in a cage, and there's another one out here somewhere. We don't need them in here. Bumblebees are mounts, and I don't think they do anything else. But we're gonna get a couple of these out. Now we're gonna put the other ones down. Let them be outside of their cage and let us free those cages up, probably most importantly. So by default, there are all these different mods, all these different bees. And we may end up making some of our own. We're definitely going to be checking most of these out. Say we wanted a diamond bee. What do we need? Well, we need a lapis and an ender bee. Ender bee we would find in the end, I guess. Or we could go to the end with some endstone nests and use a honey treat on them. That's a thought. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make 4 endstone nests. I don't know what that word was I was trying to say. And we also want to make honey treats. Okay, so we'll need... We're a little low on honey. Alright, 1 honey block. 1 honey treat. Let's head to the end. And probably the best place to do it is right down here. Oh, that's end stone. We're going to plug up the entrance, because we don't want these little guys getting away. So you see the nest can attract bees in this location. I don't think we could have done that in the overworld. 2, 1, none. Alright. So it'll be that many seconds, and then we will get ender bees, which we're going to take home with us. We may find ourselves doing this in the nether, and if we do, we'll definitely have to bring more than the bare minimum of honey treats. Like, I think a stack of them might make this go a lot quicker. Any second now. Come on. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, hopefully there's enough room in here. We're gonna let 3 of these ender bees go right in here. Uh-huh. These things teleport. Let's get it back in there. Not sure how it got out of there. Give it a shove. Come on, you. Well, it'll sort itself out. Sure enough, we're gonna have to go to the nether. Because we need glowing bees to make redstone. Oh, we could have used a wooden sword, huh? Maybe for some of these you use wooden swords. I don't know. Let's go back here. Yeah, but that's definitely a wooden sword. We're gonna make 2 of these. There we go. So let's see what kind of advantage doubling up the honey tree does for us. So it, darn it. So it starts off 1200 seconds, right? We use another one. Looks like it takes, just say that was about 100 seconds off. So we'd need quite a few to really speed this up meaningfully. Hopefully we won't have to do this that much. Okay. Any second now. I've been looking at mechanism stuff, thinking about the rest of that quest line. I do want to have at least some of the quest lines finished before we put this out. And you. How do we get out of here? Here we go. So we're gonna make a home for one of them at least. We're gonna set that to extract. The glow bees pollinate off glowstone. We're just gonna have a little bit of pipe coming right up here. Eventually these are gonna connect to automatic processing, but not today. You get a good amount of resources from these guys. We got some normal honeycombs from our ender bees also. Okay, so 1 we're just gonna let loose in there. And the other one, well, we can breed it with a chocolate mining bee to get a redstone bee. And we had a chocolate mining bee. Well, that's an ender bee. We have a chocolate mining bee. There we go. Now we're gonna let the chocolate mining bee and the glowing bee loose. Just regular flowers to breed? Sure looks that way. One redstone bee. Hold still. I'm gonna catch it. Now our friend the redstone bee uses a block, excuse me, a block of redstone to pollinate off of. I'm gonna set this to extract. I'll put a block of redstone down. And it'll grow up. It's still just a baby. And we're gonna breed these up one more time so that we can have 2. I have to take back what I said. I guess some of the ones that you generate in the world, or that generate in the world, do have drops. I'm sure we'd find glowing bees in the nether if we looked. So to get the lapis bees, from which we're going to make the diamond bees, we need those redstone bees to grow up. So I think we're going to call it here. You get the general idea how you get the bees, and you can, look up all kinds of different recipes on how to make them in JI. So we're going to call the episode to a halt here, and then next time we will get into processing all of the materials that they're giving us. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.